Hello, my name is Shane Richardson, host of a radio program called The Urban Survivalist Show. Someone asked me the other day, what comes to mind whenever I think of the First Amendment? Wisdom, I said. The wisdom our forefathers must have had to not only write such a powerful proclamation, but to make it first on the list. The First Amendment proclaims, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of its grievances. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify them. And there is very grave danger in the announced need for internet security to be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. As Americans, we should not allow this to occur to the extent it is within our control. And officials of any and all administrations, whether their rank be high or low, civilian or military, should not censor the news or stifle dissent to cover up its mistakes, or withhold from the press or the people the facts we deserve to know. No president should fear scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. Americans or administrations should not stifle controversy from its people, but should welcome it. Administration should be candid about its errors, for a wise man once said, an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We should intend to expect full responsibility for our errors, and we should expect others to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the First Amendment, or that is why the press, was protected by the First Amendment. The only business in America protected by the Constitution. Not primarily to entertain or amuse, not to emphasize the trivial or the sentimental, not simply to give the people what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and to sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer foreign and far away, but close at hand and local. This means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. It is through the modern-day printing press we call the internet that we finally understand our power. You see, bankers can print all the money they want, but they still need us to spend it. Now the question is, will we continue to promote and propagate the corporations, bankers, and politicians that have sought to take our liberty away for the promise of security? America and the world have never had the ability to communicate on such a massive level. Thanks to the internet and its protection under the First Amendment, our citizens are linked together like never before. The keystroke is now our flare in this battle that illuminates the environment of truth, exposing the lies around us. Finally, we have a chance to say, there they are, and enough people hear us. We no longer picket the side of the road, we picket the world. And so it is to the internet. The recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. In the 60s, there was a movement towards peace. Now, I think there's a movement towards freedom. In the 60s, they had a sign for peace. Now, I think we've got a sign for freedom. You see, we've evolved to understand that the only way we're going to have peace is to come together as one. Not divided as two, but united as one. There is a movement taking place here in America and around the world. It seems the people have had enough of the lies and deceit being spread to them by politicians and the mainstream media. I'm not asking for you today to support a particular administration, but I am asking for your help of informing and alerting the American people. Confident, with your help, and in the response of our citizens and the human race whenever they are fully informed. It is time to come together as one so that every man, woman, and child in this country and around the world will be what they were born to be, free and independent. Come together, unite as one, share this video with a friend, spread it around the world. My name is Shane Richardson, and I'm a part of the movement. join me.